Merry frickin' Christmas, I guess. Uh, Happy frickin' summer, I guess. Happy early frickin' St. Patrick's Day, I guess. Welcome back, Pixar, to the big screen, right where you belong. To infinity and beyond. Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it is going to be on Lightyear. Now, Lightyear is Pixar's newest film, and it's in theaters! It's not streaming on Disney+. Thank the sun. We've waited forever to see Pixar back on the big screen, and they finally are with this movie. This is a spin-off / origin story to Buzz Lightyear. Not the toy Buzz Lightyear. This is the flat-out story of the real Buzz Lightyear. In fact, this is actually supposed to be Andy's favorite movie. You know, Andy from Toy Story who owned a... You know, they even say that in the beginning of the movie, spoiler alert. But anyways, in this film we follow Buzz Lightyear, and he's on a mission, and this mission causes him to speed up time really quickly, and his friend ages super quickly, so throughout his mission, of course, it keeps going until he meets up with his friend's granddaughter, Izzy, I think that's what her name is, and he has to try and finish this mission that involves this crystal while also trying to take down the evil Emperor Zurg. Well, I don't really think they mentioned that he's an emperor, but he's there. He's got some new teammates, including a robot companion called Socks, who is in fact a robotic cat, which I can say is easily the biggest show stealer, and I can say he definitely won me over. So I really love how it shows that Buzz Lightyear is actually a big cat lover too, and that's something that just brought me so much joy throughout the movie. And I don't know about you guys, but I always love seeing a male protagonist have a cat-like companion with them. Doesn't necessarily have to be a flat-out cat, just a cat-like companion with them throughout their adventure. Hell, I have my own. And that's my boy Lecter here. Technically, he is a regular cat, and I can't really take him on adventures. I kind of wish I could, but I don't really go on adventures. I'm just a normal guy that works. But if I was going on adventures, I'd definitely take him with me. Right, boy? Yeah. But anyways, I was definitely anticipating this movie. I mean, what could I say about Buzz Lightyear? He's one of the most popular Pixar characters of all time. Easily the show stealer. He's known for his comedic lines and the fact that, you know, knowing that he's a toy, he learns a lot more about life as a toy. And while, of course, that's the toy Buzz Lightyear, these two Buzz Lightyears are completely different. This Buzz Lightyear, like I mentioned before, he's human. He can change his clothes, and his body parts won't automatically fall off if he hits the ground too hard. And yeah, this movie was good. A bit disappointing, but overall, I had a pretty fun time with this movie, okay? Animation? Animation? Fantastic, as always. Enough said. And Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear. This is one thing that got kind of controversial with this film, was that Tim Allen wasn't going to be playing Buzz Lightyear, but we got Chris Evans playing Buzz Lightyear, Captain America himself. And that didn't really bother me. I mean, knowing that this wasn't going to be the same Buzz Lightyear, it didn't bother me that they got someone else reprising his role. And Chris Evans is actually really good as Buzz Lightyear. I feel like he gives a believable enough voice to compare it to the original version of Buzz Lightyear, though they are completely different. I feel like Chris Evans does a very respectable job with the voice role of the new version of Buzz Lightyear. And there is stuff that I do feel like is definitely worth the hour and 45-minute ride throughout this film. For one thing, it is very well paced, and there's a lot of action in it, so the movie definitely delivers on Buzz and his use of action and stuff like that. And I think it does a very faithful job with showing us of how great of a character he is. He basically, him and the original version of Buzz, or the toy version of Buzz Lightyear, I'm going to compare that a lot throughout this video. There are some throwbacks and callbacks to the Buzz Lightyear that we all knew. And though there are some times where, okay, remember how, okay, so I'm not sure many people remember this, but there was a straight-to-video film called Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. That was a straight-to-video Disney film, which Pixar sort of had part with, but it wasn't really a Pixar film. I remember watching that a whole lot when I was a kid, so, but this is definitely far different than that. There's no, like, aliens he interacts with, and unfortunately, there's no green three-eyed aliens in this movie. Unfortunately, there's Zurg, but no three green blue coat wearing aliens, which is kind of disappointing for me. But that's okay, because hey, some of the other characters, they were fine, but Socks was the biggest show stealer for me. And in terms of an origin story, I feel like it doesn't give the origin story a whole lot of justice. I mean, Buzz Lightyear is already a space ranger, and I don't really feel like it works fully as an origin story. I feel like it works better as a tribute to Buzz Lightyear, as it basically shows him, like, of course, being a space ranger. And I feel like that's the biggest thing, I should say. It's more of a tribute to Buzz Lightyear than it is an origin story. And another thing that was very controversial about this film by parents is the fact that there is a gay romance in this movie, and there was a kiss scene. And apparently, that caused a lot of outrage, and people are review bombing the movie for some reason. I think this actually might be one of the reasons, at least from what I've heard, because there are still some people out there that are completely homophobic. Now, parents, okay, let me explain something, okay? It is very normal to see that in kids' media nowadays, okay? I mean, so many kids stuff out there puts stuff like this in their shows a lot nowadays, okay? Adventure Time did it, Steven Universe did it, even Arthur did it. Freaking Arthur, a PBS Kids show. Throughout the years, nobody realized until 2017 that Mr. Ratburn was gay. So yeah, kids companies are supporting the medium. Even Disney Channel is. And really, it shouldn't be that much of a bother anymore. I mean, kids eventually are going to learn about this stuff. I mean, they're not going to be kids forever. I mean, this is something that should be normal now, okay? I mean, it is June, and it's the month of Pride and stuff like that, so it really shouldn't be that bother. Some people are actually considering not seeing the movie because of this. And hell, this movie was banned in like 14 other different countries because of this. Now, yes, there's a kiss scene between two women, okay? But it's brief. And hell, that's not even the main story here. The romance doesn't even last that long. All that she says is that she's married and there are times where they're together. It shouldn't be a bother, okay? If Cartoon Network, PBS Kids, and this can do stuff like that, then it should be normal. And I feel like it's really great that these types of things are being supported by kids companies. Hell, I mean, Finding Dory, there was sort of a lesbian couple in Finding Dory, if you notice. I mean, though there was no kiss scene in that, so, but people noticed that that those two women that were in Finding Dory for a brief second probably were a lesbian couple. But hey, I don't think this is a reason to criticize the movie. I don't think this is a reason to completely not see the movie, because I really do feel like this movie does deserve support. I feel like this movie doesn't work for other different reasons, okay? I feel like as an origin story, it's kind of like not really much of an origin story, more of a character tribute. And Zurg, there's a kind of a twist behind Zurg, which I'm not going to spoil, but I feel like the way they handled him was a bit what I wasn't really expecting, and It's definitely a lot more different than the Zurg we saw in Toy Story 2, but it's just something that I wasn't fully expecting. And for me, I don't really feel like the whole twist with Zurg fully worked for me. But still, nonetheless, I found myself having a pretty fun time, and it's not Pixar's worst film. I think it's one of their weaker films. I think the films that they released on Disney Plus were, all three of them, were a lot better, including Turning Red, which I know a lot of people didn't really like Turning Red. But for me, I enjoyed Turning Red because of how different it was than some of Pixar's other films. And I thought its take on puberty was weird and bizarre, but I think they handled it in a very mature way. This, I don't really feel like is as, how would I say, powerful as some of Pixar's other films like Coco. Like, it doesn't really have that flat out, teary-eyed moment. I mean, there are some pretty emotional scenes here and there, but not enough where I can just completely, bulge my eyes out and I'm just, crying a complete river right now. I mean, it doesn't have anything like that. I mean, there are some emotional scenes, just not ones that I'm going to remember for a really long time. But, hey, nonetheless, Lightyear, in the end, I enjoyed it, okay? It's a good tribute to the character. Animation's nice. It never feels boring. It's not too long, and I feel like it was not really much of a necessary, spin-off, or origin story, because it doesn't really feel that much like an origin story in my opinion, but as a straight-up character film about a beloved icon, I feel like it works very well. I kind of like the new design of Buzz. They don't really do that much to completely make him look completely different than the toy version, or from the toy version, and I thought Chris Evans was pretty solid. It's a fun enough film, definitely not one of Pixar's greatest films, but I definitely say this is still worth the trip if you're a longtime fan of the character, and if you just miss seeing Pixar on the big screen. I still recommend going to support this film because, Pixar really does need the money. If we keep supporting Pixar with these films, then they'll keep bringing their movies back on the big screen. Because if this movie makes enough, we might get to see more of that, and we won't have to see their films go straight to Disney Plus anymore. Because it was really depressing seeing their new movies on Disney Plus, because I barely use Disney Plus. I don't watch any of those Marvel TV shows or anything like that. I know The Mandalorian is supposed to be one of the greatest shows in recent memory, but I don't know. But hey, I recommend supporting this film in the theaters, okay? Despite the lesbian thing, I really don't think that should be a reason to skip out on it. But still, it wasn't everything I hoped for, but it was still a fun enough watch. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be seeing The Black Phone and Elvis next week. I'm really looking forward to The Black Phone. I've waited forever for that. Really cannot wait for that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. We're out.